Rakate Yahweh, Rakate Yoshai, Yahweh, Rakate Yoshai, Rakate Yahweh, Yoshai. First and foremost, you want to give thanks to lock it up, yo. Yeah, first and foremost, you want to give our praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakatadash, double honors to the apostles and elders who were a great stone, and a blessed salutation to the Akims in the four corners of the earth, pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. Right, covenant lesson 35, the church Yahushai, 144,000 and the one-third, men, women, and children. Confusion that faced Israel that scattered among the heathen nation. Right, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, and you so-called Native American Indian. Right, you are God's chosen people. Right. What I want to touch on this evening is, the mysteries. Right. You understand? I hear Jakes, Jakes in the streets. When they're reasoning among themselves, they will say, hey, the Chinese man gonna rule next. The next ruler is the Chinese man, the Chinese taking over. These kind of conversations you will hear from Jakes in the streets, At certain places you would go, you hear Jake talking about war and different other things they were talking about, and they say, hey, the Chinese man moving up, but the mystery wasn't revealed to them. They understand the secrets of the Lord because what they don't know. Right, with these Jakes don't know is that Yahweh Hashem rules in the kingdom of men. Right? Let me get that. Most High rule to the kingdom of men, and the Most High who set up a king and take them a king. Right? Um, this is matter of fact, let me read this first, right? As I mentioned, hearing Jake's conversation in the street, I know that they don't know they don't know the mysteries, the secret things that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua that was revealed to his men to bring this message to teach. Right? This is Second Ezra chapter 8, verse 62. He said, these things have I not shown unto all men, but unto thee and a few like thee. You understand? So the mystery wasn't shown unto all men. You understand? It wasn't shown unto all men. So, Jake seeing that there is a transition happening, and they seeing the Chinese man, right, which is the Moabite, according to the scriptures. They say that the Moabites, going to rule next, but that wasn't revealed to them, right? And this when the disciple asks Yahushua, why speak thou unto them in parables? And this way Yahushua say. It says Matthew chapter 30, verse 10. He said, and the disciple came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you, unto the elect of the nation of Israel, right? The 144,000. He said, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it was not given. But to them it is not given. You understand? Right? So I sit down and I hear these jakes, they're talking about, hey, the Chinese man, there's the next ruler. Most I rule to the kingdom of men, right? And he revealed these things to his men, his chosen men, right? This is Ecclesiasticus. Let me get the Ecclesiasticus. Surely the Most High rule to the kingdom of men. And these is things the average people out there don't know. They think when they see these today they call them what? Today they call them president. In the ancient time they call them kings. Right? They will see these different presidents be set up. worldwide, and they will think that you vote for them and they win it. No, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua control all that. He control it. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua control the narrative. You understand? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse we start from this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 4. It says, the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord, and in due time will he set over it one that is profitable. You understand? So the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. You understand? So the Most High is letting you know who's gonna rule for a period of time and who's gonna come up next. You understand? These mystery was revealed to who? The elect men. You understand? It was revealed to them. Let me get a precept there. Right? It was revealed to those men. You understand? Right? Let me get this one. This is right, let me get this. This is Amos, right? This is the book of Amos, this is Amos chapter 3, verse 7. He says, surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So these things were revealed unto the prophets, right? With his servants. You understand? Right? And according to the scriptures, the Israelites going to take the kingdom. Right? The Israelites going to take the kingdom and rule. Right? That it was revealed to who? The servants and prophets. So they're gonna come and they're gonna come with the testimony of the Lord and speak and say what gonna happen. Prophet, they're gonna prophesy it, mean what to tell before it happened. They're gonna tell what gonna happen before. You understand? Right? They're gonna tell. You understand? Right? Let me get this. This is Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. He said, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, he said, the disciple came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And when shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? The end of the world means the end of this rulership, the end of this age, aeon. Who's the world? The world that ruling right now is the so-called white man. Right? So the disciple want to know what's the end of the world and what's gonna be the sign of thy coming. You understand? Right? Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ. And this word, they go into this word, right? It's going into like a matter of fact, we go to the word Christ in the Hebrew mean anointed, right? So it means a lot of men like rulers will come up and deceive the people, for as prophets, for as rulers, like all these different movement movement group like Black Consciousness, but I just call it Black Unconsciousness. Like Black Life Matters, all these different groups, right? Okay, let me get this wording, right? We just get a new letter. right? So it's according to the prophecy, according to the mystery about Shem Yahushai, Chinese man not gonna rule next. Right? And we can go into that, right? Um, 24, Matthew 24, 5, right? So let's say, yeah, same thing, Christos, right? And when you go there to say anointed, it said it got Christ was and is the Messiah. So also the word of kappa mean as a Messiah. Messiah go into a leader of a people or a ruler of a people. You understand? That's why you see that a lot of these movements out there, the deceiving Jakes. You know, you understand? Right? So these are some of the signs that Yahushua say we're gonna be seeing. Right? He said Matthew chapter 24, verse 5, he said, for many shall come in my name and saying, I am the Messiah, be the ruler of the people, and shall deceive many. And he shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that he be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these are signs that we're gonna see it, right? But what I want to go back to one up to verse 3, right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 3. And he said, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciple came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And when shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world? Be the end of this rulership, end of an age, aeon. Right? Remember this the Most High rule to the kingdom of men, and the Most High do set up a king and take a kingdom. Right? We just rule that. We just read that. Right? Uh, this is second Esdras, right? And the same thing Ezra Acts 2. This is second Ezra chapter 6, verse uh, right, second Ezra chapter 6, this after verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be an end, and by no other. So this is according to the Most High. All things were created through the Most High. You understand? Right? And by the Most High also, the Most High will bring an end to an age. You understand? Right? Mean a time that a kingdom get to rule. He set up the kingdom to rule, and he give it a time when they gonna come to end and set up a next kingdom. Right? Verse 7, he said, then answer I and said, what shall be the part and son of times? Part and son of the times, or when shall the end of the force, the end of the force? Right? So it's going in now and tell you who gonna rule next. And they didn't stay the Chinese man. Right? You understand? He said, and the beginning of that, and the beginning of it that followed. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob hand held first the heel of Esau. So Jacob is you so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native American Indian, and Esau is the Edomites, so-called white man today. He's a proclaimed white man, right? And when Jacob hand take hold of Esau, in Genesis 25:25, there was what? There was symbol to show that hey, Jacob gonna pull Esau out his power seat. And how we doing it spiritually? By revealing who the wicked is. Which the wicked in the scriptures is so-called white race. They are the wicked. You understand? And there was symbol to show that hey, we're gonna pull this devil down by revealing who he is and revealing all the lies that he cast over all nations. You understand? And tell him his future judgment. You understand? Right? Verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world. Who's Esau? So-called white man. He ruling right now. He's the end of the world. You understand? The end of his rulership, the end of his aeon, his age. You understand? That he's gonna rule. Right? We in Esau end. This is why we see now these wars and rumors of wars and nation rise up against nation. We see now these signs in the heavens with the chariots, with the whatever we call UFO, right? We see now earthquake in diverse places. We see now uprooted people in various countries, uprooted people, right? We had blood moon, we had solar eclipse. You understand? So we see now these signs, right? Right? Verse 9 he said, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. So Jacob gonna rule next. You understand? He gonna rule. He gonna rule next. When Jacob is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, we gonna take the kingdom by the power, by the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You understand? So the next rulers is the Hebrew Israelites. We gonna rule the kingdom, right? Not the Chinese man. But I say, the secret wasn't revealed to those jakes. They're speaking of where they see that the Chinese man gonna. They're saying that the Chinese man gonna rule next, but no, according to the Mosai, no, because the Mosai is who set up a king, and the Mosai is who take down a king, and the Mosai said this king gonna be taken down, which is Esau, and the other king gonna be set up as Jacob, right? You understand? Which is Jacob, right? You gotta see, right? This is because this is Daniel chapter 7, verse verse 18. He said, but the saints of the Mosai, who's the saints of the Mosai? Right? We get a quick. Who's the saints of the Mosai? Right? The Psalms. Right? Psalms 148. Yeah, this is Psalms 148, verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So the saints is the Israelites. Right? Saints is the Israelites. This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. But the saints, the Israelites of the Most High, shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. You understand? So the kingdom, the next rulership is the Israelites, not the Chinese man, the Israelites. Right? Israelites gonna take the kingdom. Right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna take these heathen down and put us back in our power seat. Right? We get next one. This is Daniel. Right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse let me start from you go straight to the point. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 44. And in he said, and in the days of these kings shall shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom. So the Most High is doing all these things. Right? So it said, and in the days of these kings, right, these kingdoms that came before, which is the Babylonian, the Medes and the Persian Empire, Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. Now we're the second leg of the pagan Roman Empire, right? So it's saying Daniel chapter 2, verse 44, and the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all the kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And what kingdom will stand forever? Kingdom of Israel, right? They're gonna stand forever. Let me get it. If we go back to the book of Daniel, um, I mean go back to Daniel chapter 7, right? This is Daniel chapter 7 verse let me start from verse 20. It says concerning the rest of the beasts. The rest of the beasts mean the rest of these kingdoms, right? These right? They had their dominion taken away, meaning they're not gonna rule again. The dominion was the rulership, they're not gonna rule again, right? Yet their life were prolonged for a season and time. And I saw in the night vision, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, the clouds of the chariots, Psalms 104 verse 3, and came to the Ancient of Days. This is another title of the Most High, Ancient of Days, right? And they brought him there before him, and there was given him dominion. This is Yahweh Shai, this was given to him. And there was given to him dominion and glory, and a kingdom that all people, nation, and language shall serve him. Yeah, our Lord Yahweh Shai, hey, he can be the biggest slave master on the face of the planet. Because all these other hidden nations will be his slaves. You understand? Right? He said, which is and language should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion. His rulership is everlasting rulership. To the kingdom of heaven, which is to the Israelites, we're going to rule for everlasting, right? He said, his dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that shall, he said, that which shall not be destroyed. You understand? So the kingdom of heaven not going to be destroyed. We're going to rule forever, right? So the next rulership is the Israelites, right? You know, we gonna rule. We gonna rule we gonna rule forever. And this we waiting on the kingdom, the kingdom of righteousness. You understand? Right? Kingdom of righteousness. So it's not the Chinese man gonna rule next. It's the Israelites gonna rule next. Let me get the next one in. All right? It's Acts chapter 1 verse 6. Get straight to the point. All right? This is Acts. This is Acts chapter 1, verse 6. And this is when the disciple asked Yahweh Shai. Acts chapter 1, verse 6. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord Yahweh Shai, will thou at this time restore again the kingdom of the Israel? So the next rulership is the next ruler. They gonna be the children of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, right? Not the Chinese man, right? They're not gonna rule next. Yeah. Kingdom of heaven, which is the children of Israel, they're gonna rule next. Right? Um, this this is this is Isaiah. Right? This is Isaiah 32 and 1. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and prince shall rule in judgment. You understand that there's next. Right? Jacob gonna rule next. Right? Jacob gonna rule next. Right? The Chinese man, all of them gonna be what? Gonna be servants. You understand? They're gonna be servants to the children of Israel. Right? You understand? So, that wasn't revealed. That wasn't revealed to them Jakes, but Jake's talking about what? Talking about change, the change in rulership, but not knowing that they're gonna be ruling next. For what wasn't revealed to them. So the most I revealed to these men to go out and tell Jake, you know, tell Jake get himself right, you know, you understand? Just like when we tell these people about the so-called UFO, people they scarf, they laugh, because it wasn't revealed to them. You understand? That's why they scarf and laugh at these things. You know, it wasn't revealed to them. When we tell them about the missile in the scriptures, they scarf and laugh at it because it wasn't revealed to them, and they don't believe. You understand? Not know that they're gonna be a slave to them. God, he said, scripture said, all unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. You understand? Right? Just like it was, just like reincarnation. When you tell them about reincarnation, they get bug out. You understand? They bug out, right? You understand? The Christian teaches doctrine where you die, you go to hell. But we living in hell. You so-called Negro, you so-called Latin, you so-called Native American, we living in hell. We catch hell in this place 24/7. When your flesh die, spirit go back up to the Heavenly Father. Right? We get that? Right? And these things was revealed to what the prophets. Right? Let me get that. This is let me get that. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth. And what's the dust? We get a quick precept. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 1. He said, the Lord created man of the earth and turned him into it again. So what's the earth? Your flesh, right? This body made of the mineral of the earth. Right? And there's another reason to show that I am black. Because this body made of the mineral of the earth, terrestrial. He's made of the mineral of the earth. That's not a cut for these black unconscious dummies. Call yourself black. Right? So the dust is going in flesh. Right? So this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. It said, then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it. So where spirit, the spirit just go back up to the Heavenly Father. You understand? Spirit just go back up to the Heavenly Father. Right? Even if you're wicked and you're righteous, all spirit go back up to the Heavenly Father. And their ways get judged for the things that they did in this body, and that the things that they did on the earth. You get judged for the good things, right? When you do it, you get judged for the bad things, right? Mean the transgressions, right? You get that, and then you come back in the reincarnation and pay for those things that you did in your past life, right? You understand? Let me get this one to show you. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 20. It says, all go one place, all are of the dust, talking about man and beast, right? And all turn to the dust again. Verse 21, who know the spirit of man that goeth upwards? The spirit of man goeth upwards. So when his flesh die, the spirit go back up to the Heavenly Father, right? He said, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth, the spirit of beast go down. So nothing but saying when you die, you're going to hell and burn in fire and the ground. That's a myth. There's no way in the scriptures, right? So when this flesh die, the spirit go back up to the Heavenly Father, and you go in front of Mashiach, Yahushua. He's the judge, and he judges for the things that you did in this body, and the things that you did on the earth, either good or evil. And let me get that, right? Um, In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, yeah, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. It said, "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of a Mashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad." So we gonna return to the judgment seat of a Mashiach. That's where the heavenly realms. That's why when your flesh die, because only your flesh die, spirit don't die, the flesh is dying. So your spirit go back up to the heavenly Father, and you're gonna be judged by Yahweh Shai, right? And when you get judged, you gotta come back and serve your sentence. You understand? You gotta come back and serve your sentence, right? There's how it works, right? Let me get this here. This when you go back to reincarnation, be back again in what? Reincarnation go back again in the body, right? Uh, this is this is second Ezra chapter 14, verse 25. For after death shall the judgment come. So after death, when the flesh died, judgment come. Your spirit go back up to the spiritual realm. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 7. And then second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. We appear before the judgment seat of a Mashiach. We the judgment seat of a Mashiach in the heavenly realms. Right? So second Corinthians chapter 14, verse 25. For after death shall the judgment come. Right? So when the flesh die, you go and face a judgment. Right? When we shall live again. So you live again because the Most High sent back the spirit of the earth in a different body. Spirit come back. So after death, the judgment come. You get judged in the spiritual realm, they come back and live out the sentence. Right? For after death, Salakia, 2 chapter 14, verse 25. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the name of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. So you live again, right? You live again. You come back in every 3 or 4 generations, you come back, right? You come back and you serve out your sentence, the things that you did in your past life. Either you get reward for the good things you do, and you got to face a judgment for the wicked things that you did, right? You got to pay for that. So you live again, right? That one let me see if I find this one in the Maccabees, right? So these mysteries was revealed to the men that the Most High choose to reveal this mystery to. This is why he tell Ezra, these things wasn't revealed to many, but few like thee. Roughly paraphrasing, second Ezra chapter 8 verse, I think it was 60 something, 64 or something like that. Right? This is gonna find this one in second Maccabees 7. When the woman say, right? Uh, no, Salakia is first Maccabees, second Maccabees 7, right? And this is really what we say. This is second Maccabees chapter 7, verse 21. Yea, she exhorted every one of them in our own language, which is Hebrew, filled with courage of spirit and storing up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, and this is when the woman and her 7 sons were put to death because they want to eat swine, which is pig. You understand? This is some of the things these devils doing to us when they sacked Jerusalem. They were putting our ancestors to death because they want to eat swine, because swine is forbidden for you Israelites to eat. Defile the Lord temple where eat swine, right? So here this woman say, hey, verse 22, 2nd Maccabees chapter 7, verse 22. I cannot tell how he came into my womb. There's a straight cut for the black unconscious dummies talking about woman is God, black woman is God, and she's the creator of life. This is a woman, this is a woman even understanding. She understand, she understand reincarnation. She understand that you live more than once. And she understand that she's not the creator of life. Right? 2nd Maccabees chapter 7, verse 22. I cannot tell how he came into my womb, for I neither give you breath nor life. Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. Verse 23. But doubtless the creator of the world, who formed the generation of man and found out the beginning of all things, will also of his own mercy give you breath and life again, as he now regard not your own self for his law's sake. So the Most High is who is the Most High is the Most High was sent back the spirit in a next body. Reincarnation means back in the body again. You understand? So you live more than once. You understand? This is why there's not a mystery in the scripture about the reincarnation. You understand? There's a next mystery that these people bum the hell out with. You know? But what was revealed, it was revealed to the man the Lord. You understand? Right? It was revealed to the man the Lord. Hey, Shalom to brother Kwasha, the coming board. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shem, Bashem, Rakatadas, Brakatam. You understand? Uh, the brother post 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 1 and 2 to you. So what up, Shalom, Brakata, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shem, Bashem, Rakatadas, Brakatam. Yeah, right? They come back, you come back again. I mean, you get that? Psalms, right? Let me get that, right? Um, that's why it's got to be circumspect and hearken to the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, because you're going to pay for everything you do. The most are going to get you. You don't escape. You don't escape. You know that we can't escape the most high. You understand? Yeah, this is Psalms 104. This is Psalms 104, verse 27. He said, these wait all upon thee, that thou mayest give them their meat in due season. Right? He said that thou givest them, they gather. Thou open thy hand, they are filled to the good. Thou hidest thy face, they Salakia, I call it worse. Psalms 104, verse 27. He said, these wait all upon thee, that thou mayest give them their meat in due season. Verse 28, that thou givest them, they gather. Thou openest thy hand, they are filled with goods. Verse 29, thou hidest thy face, they are in trouble. They are troubled. Thou takest away their breath, they die and return to the dust. So the most I take away your breath, you die, this flesh die and go back to the dust. God, this flesh is dust. We spirit go, read it in Ecclesiastes 7, 12 and 7. The spirit go back up to the Heavenly Father. Right? And here the Father do here, verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit. The Most High created no new spirit up in the heavens. The Most High say he finished all his work on the sixth day and he rests on the seventh day. So the Most High not created no more new spirit. You understand? The Most High finished all the work on the sixth day and he rests on the seventh day. The whole creation, the Most High complete on the sixth day and he rests. So the Most High now they're creating no new spirit. When your flesh die, spirit go back up there, you come back in every 3 or 4 generation according to the scriptures. Right? This is Psalm 104 verse 30. Thou sendest forth thy spirit, they are created, and thou renewest the face of the earth. Can it come back in a new day, a new body, but the spirit is the same. That's why the scripture said there is nothing new under the sun. Right? There is nothing new under the sun. Um, get that, right? This is this is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9. The thing that had been is that which shall be, which is man, right? He said, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, right? So there's no new thing under the sun, right? Verse 10. Is there anything wherefore it may be said, see, this is new? It had been already of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So there's no remembrance of former things because the Most High black out from you. You understand? So hey, you live more than once. You know, this is mission that was revealed to the prophets. So when we speak these things, Jake scoff, they laugh, you know, they scoff, they laugh. You understand? You tell them about these things, they make mock, you know. I never see no man come back from the dead and say these things. You understand? Right? Jake just carnal, you know. Jake the mind destroyed. You understand? The conscious spirit that tyrant. Jake not right. Jake mentally ill. A lot. Hey, a lot of mad people out there. Beside the figures on the street. These people out there, they're not right in their mind. Listen to these people. You understand? They're not right. You know? They're not right in their mind. This is so you live more than once. You get you, right? A lot of people is getting like what deja vu, like they was here before. I just that know this person from somewhere. You understand? This is Job. Let me see. I think it's Job 14:14. Right? This is Job. This is Job chapter 14, verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again? All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change come. Yeah. You understand? Every 3 or 4 generation, you come back. You understand? You come back. Right? As the scripture say. Right? Um, this is Exodus chapter 20. Right? Yeah, Exodus chapter 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the father upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. You understand? So the Most High speaking to visit the iniquity upon the father, upon the children upon the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So in every three and four generation, you come back. You understand? You come back, right? That's how you come back, right? The Father send you back, right? There's another mystery in the scriptures. These men is bug out, especially a lot of these Christians, a lot of these black unconscious dummy. You understand? They don't know these things about the scarf are these things. You understand? So we get we got a precept, second Peter 1, the second Peter chapter 1, right? This is second Peter. Yeah, this is yeah, second Peter chapter 1, verse 1 and 2. He says, Simon Peter, his servant, and the apostle of Yahushua Mashiach, to them, he said to them that have obtained like precious faith with us through the righteousness of Yahweh and our Savior Yahushua Mashiach, grace and peace be multiplied unto you through the knowledge of Yahweh and of Yahweh Shai, our Lord. Right? The brother said the precept to read, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakadash. Yeah, so the mystery was only revealed to the men in the Lord. And days we're gonna reveal these things. They're gonna speak these things. Which of these are the word, these are the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right? Right? The most I say, because it's in is Isaiah. I think it's Isaiah. Let me see, Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 42. Isaiah chapter 42. Let me see which one. Let me get this going. Right? Um, yeah, this is Isaiah 46 and 10. He said, declare the end from the beginning, and the Most High who do not declare the end from the beginning. The Most High who rule to the kingdom of men. He set up what will come down. You understand? He appointed where you're gonna die, when your spirit will go back to the spiritual realm, and where you're gonna come back. All these things the Most High in control of. You understand? It tell you Deuteronomy 22 and 29, and the Most High kill it and make it alive. You understand? The Most High control all those things. Right? This is Isaiah 46 and 10. Declaring the end from the beginning. He said, and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. The things that happen in the Most High counsel and the Most High pleasure. You understand? The Most High see declaring everything, right? Declaring the end from the beginning. You understand? The Most High declare, the Most High show them things to who? Servants as prophets. Things that will come to pass. You understand? Like, well, who gonna rule next? You know, right? Which is the Israelites. We're gonna rule next. The so-called Negro, so-called Latino, so-called Native American Indian, right? Reincarnation when the flesh die with the spirit go, and then you come back in every three and four generation, right? You understand? The so-called UFO, the chariots, this vehicle that the angels fly in. The vehicle, this is the vehicle of the Israelites, right? You understand? The ICBM missile in the scriptures, right? World War One, two, and three mentioned in the scriptures. The microchip, you know, who's the devil today, which is the so-called white race. You understand? Who's the Chinese, which is the Mohab, who's the Ishmaelite, which is the Arab. All these things were revealed to God, the man, the Lord. And we come and prophesy to tell before. That Jacob trouble, the RFID microchip. You understand? The collapse in the economy, different disease and pestilence gonna be out in this place. Right? Women gonna be getting ravished in the street because you women dress revealing every day. And there is a judgment for that because the most I tell you Israelite women to dress modestly. But you want to dress revealing, so then God there's a judgment for that. You understand? They got race war, right? Cities gonna be shut down. All these things mentioned in the scriptures, but they're gonna continue to do another lesson. Touching on the missile, touching on the chariots, touching on Jacob's trouble. These is things were about to happen. The RFID microchip, the different diseases that gonna be out there, the mass death gonna be out there. You understand? All these things were revealed in the scriptures and were revealed to the prophets to come and prophesy these things to warn you Israelites. Right? So, the wonderfully support to the academy coming board, you know. And with that, Thomas lessons edifying, I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at Great White Stone, and a blessed salutation to the Akim, to the folk and the earth to push the gospel in sincerity. Shalom.